Hello and welcome. Thanks for tuning in today. My name is Fatima, and I'm a global product lead for Google's measurement products. Today, we're sitting down with two of our product managers to discuss Google's dynamic tagging solutions, the Global Site Tag and Google Tag Manager. So first up, we'll dive into how tagging works and why it's important. If you're an advertiser that really wants to get the most out of your marketing investments, site-wide tagging can help you get more accurate measurement to understand your users. So joining us to talk more about this today is one of our product managers. I'd like to welcome Ben Fisher to this broadcast. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Fatima. Thank you for having me.
So first question I have for you today, Ben, is what is a tag?
Sure. So a tag is a piece of JavaScript code, image, or pixel that lives in your web page or mobile app and collects information about a user's behavior.
So that was the technical piece. So why is tagging important for businesses? A marketer might think this is really technical stuff. Why should I care?
And I think marketers or advertisers often don't think about tags and the impacts they have on their advertising. So tagging is really the foundation of measurement. So tagging enables the collection of data so that businesses can understand how people are engaging with their site and their app. It also gives advertisers the ability to measure how well their campaigns are performing, advertising or other types of campaigns.
Can you walk us through how a tag would work for a business?
So let's say a business wants to measure the effectiveness of an ad, and say they're advertising through Google Ads. So the business will first add a tag from its Google Ads account to its website. And so whenever a user clicks on the ad and reaches the website, a cookie is dropped in the user's browser. And so what this does is it helps the business understand that where the user was directed from when they actually land on the advertiser's website. And so the tag also helps the business with conversion reporting and will enable businesses to measure how many conversions its ads drove. So in short, tagging helps you measure the effectiveness of your ad campaigns and how users are interacting with your site and help kind of measure and gain insights on users' behavior.
Does Google have its own tag?
We do. So we have a tag called the Global Site Tag. And what the Global Site Tag is it's a tag that works with all of Google's measurement products and advertising products. And so to measure how users are interacting with your website, you can set up the Global Site Tag on every page to collect data on things like conversions, like we spoke about, or content interactions. And so the tag also helps you measure how many conversions your marketing campaigns drove, like we talked about in the previous example of deploying a tag.
So Ben, what are some of the benefits of the Global Site Tag?
So Global Site Tag is the simplest option for conversion tracking across all of the Google products that you use. It enables capabilities like conversion tracking, site analytics, remarketing, and more, all within one tag. And so the Global Site Tag enables you to use Google Ads, Analytics, and other advertising products like Display Video 360, Search Ads 360, and Campaign Manager.
So many advertisers work with several different partners, not just with Google. And, if a business is working with many partners and has many tags in addition to Google that it needs to place on its site, what do you recommend? Does Google have a solution for that?
Of course. So we not only want to help you measure the effectiveness of your ad campaigns or your measurement solutions through Google tags, but also through your other non-Google tags. And so for businesses that manage tags on their website using both Google and non-Google measurement products, we recommend using Google Tag Manager. And what Google Tag Manager is it's a comprehensive tag management system that allows you to quickly both deploy Google and non-Google tags via a simple web interface, as opposed to placing the code directly on your page for each tag that you want to deploy.
And I've seen this be really helpful for a lot of customers to manage a wide range of tags on their site more effectively, more seamlessly, without having to always go back into the code. So why should a business use Google Tag Manager?
Yeah, so there are many reasons why a customer or a business should use Google Tag Manager. And I think one of the foremost ones is that it allows for really easy and seamless collaboration across your organization, regardless of the size. So if you're working with individuals and other teams, you can collaborate on tagging with Tag Manager using a feature like Workspaces. And so what Workspaces allows you to do is create multiple versions of a container. And as a reminder, a container is the entity in which you host the tags, which you would then publish on your page. And so team members can work in separate workspaces to independently develop their own tag configurations. And so one of the benefits of having multiple workspaces is it allows you to easily revert to a previous version of the container in case you accidentally publish something or make a change to a tag that you actually didn't mean to. And so on top of that, on top of the collaboration benefits, Google Tag Manager also has a library of pre-populated tags called templates. And so templates are these really easy to use features that don't require any developer experience or an engineer to actually manage them at all. And so businesses can customize these templates to collect data they care about and easily implement tags in their website in just a few clicks.
So can you deploy non-Google tags with Google Tag Manager?
Absolutely. So actually, that's one of the main reasons why someone would use Google Tag Manager over using our global site tag, which you spoke about earlier. So you can deploy both non-Google and Google tags with Tag Manager. So let's give an example. If you want to advertise with Google, but also at the same time advertise with Facebook and LinkedIn, you could use Tag Manager to help you manage and deploy the tags for all of your advertising partners all in the same user interface. And so our support of non-Google tags is constantly growing through contributions to this thing that we call the Community Template Gallery. And so the Template Gallery is an open platform where partners can submit their tag templates and make them available to all Google Tag Manager users. So really building a community that everyone benefits from.
So you mentioned the global site tag and Google Tag Manager. I know advertisers sometimes think about which should I use, which is really better for me. How do they know which solution is right for them?
That's one of the key things we try and guide our advertisers toward, the right tagging solution for them. So the long story short is, for those wanting a simple solution to implement Google tags directly on their site, we recommend the global site tag. And so just as a refresher, the global site tag is good for web developers who want to place tags directly on the site and not use a tag management system, and advertisers who only need to deploy Google tags and don't care about managing their non-Google tags, or maybe don't use non-Google tags. And then for those wanting a more comprehensive tool with a web interface and pre-built support for lots of tags, both Google and non-Google, we recommend using Google Tag Manager. And so as a refresher, Google Tag Manager is great for advertisers who want to deploy and manage Google and non-Google tags, and businesses who want to facilitate seamless collaboration across their organization.
Sometimes we see much larger enterprises that have this added level of complexity across their tagging needs. So what solution would you recommend for them?
For larger enterprises with multiple teams managing many tags on their site, we recommend our enterprise product, Tag Manager 360. And so to help manage collaboration across large teams, Tag Manager 360 provides our company with an unlimited number of workspaces. Additionally, Tag Manager 360 has more features that help with cross-team collaboration and quality assurance, such as approvals and zones.
Great. Can you share more about approvals and zones? What do these features help businesses do?
Of course. So really, both approvals and zones provide an enhanced level of control over changes that are made to tagging on your site. So as we talked about earlier, tagging is essential to measuring your ad campaigns and making sure that you are investing your ad spend properly. And so we want to make sure that your tags are always deployed and up to date. So approvals allow advertisers to create an approval flow to review changes made to the container before they're published. Zones give users access to publish certain types of tags on only certain parts of your site. So for example, you could be working with your marketing team and an agency and only give those teams the ability to publish tags on your website on marketing pages that you specified.
Are there any other advanced features for power users that people should know about?
This is where the really exciting stuff comes out. So we actually just launched a new feature called server-side tagging in Google Tag Manager. And so server-side tagging allows you to move tags off of your site and into a new container that's hosted on a server on Google Cloud. And this feature allows you to reduce the number of tags deployed directly on your site, which results in faster page load times and improved security.
Thanks, Ben. I know a lot of customers have been waiting for a feature like this for some time. So how could this impact a business?
And that's the real question, right? Why should advertisers care about this? So studies have shown that faster page load times increase the volume of conversions or the size and volume of e-commerce purchases if you're an e-commerce player. Additionally, moving tags off your website onto the server protects against data leakage or other security vulnerabilities by ensuring the tag only has access to the data that you explicitly send to the server for the tags to see.
Thank you for explaining both that new feature and the benefits and differences of these different tagging solutions today. And thank you for taking the time to speak with us, Ben.
Thank you for having me today, Fatima. It's been fun.
Now that we have an understanding of Google's two tagging solutions, the Global Site Tag and Google Tag Manager, let's dig into some common questions we receive from businesses. For example, how do I know if my tags are working correctly? How can I address industry regulations? I now want to welcome Ed Rogers. Ed is also a product manager for our tagging products. Hi, Ed.
Hi.
So, first question for you today. Why should a business adopt either the global site tag, also known as gtag.js, or Google Tag Manager?
Yes, so first of all, gtag.js and Google Tag Manager represent the latest of our tagging solutions. Our previous tags, like analytics.js and conversions.js, offered basic measurement capabilities, but the latest offerings have new benefits and features. These two offerings are prerequisites to access the latest version of Google Analytics. But more importantly, they offer more accurate conversion measurement. So for instance, when cookies are not available or when conversion tracking is not observed due to industry limiting factors.
So, you mentioned the latest tagging solutions. What if a business is using one of Google's older kind of legacy tagging solutions?
We do recommend that businesses exchange analytics.js, conversions.js, or any other legacy solutions with gtag.js or Google Tag Manager. You can copy and paste these other tags directly on the page to avoid any chance of typos that may cause a tag to fire incorrectly.
Got it. So, what I'm hearing is make sure you're using the global site tag or Google Tag Manager to ensure that you have access to the latest features.
That's correct.
So, do these solutions require a lot of maintenance? For example, making lots of updates. I know our advertisers don't like to be constantly changing the tagging on their website.
No, these are dynamic solutions. So when users use these, they get faster and easier integration with Google products, and as in addition to the latest features of the tag without any changes in code to their page. So they get continuous and future-proof conversion measurement.
Well, that's great. So, is there a way to make sure that the tags are correct before they go live on the site? Oftentimes, an advertiser will want to kind of test out how the tagging works before putting it into production.
Yes. So Google Tag Manager has two modes to help users with their tag deployments. The first is preview mode. Essentially, a user can browse their page as if containers are already deployed, and they can test their configurations before these changes are published. Secondly, Google Tag Manager also has a debug mode. When using this, users can see how their tags fire and what data gets processed.
Can you tell us more about tools to help businesses check the status of their tags once they are live on the website?
Yes, so similar to Google Tag Manager's debug mode, we have a free tool called Tag Assistant, and this helps users troubleshoot their installation. You can use Tag Assistant through a free Chrome extension, but also we're launching a web-based update that offers additional diagnostic information.
Awesome. So, can you walk us through an example of how someone would use the Tag Assistant?
Sure. So let's say you're deploying tags in your business domain. You can navigate to Tag Assistant, and it'll allow you to enter a URL. From there, you enter a debug mode, which supports gtag.js and Google Tag Manager. This surfaces detailed information about the gtag.js commands and hits, and these aren't visible to regular visitors. So as you click through the site, you can see how tags are firing. You can see a list of events that are triggered, underlying gtag commands, and the specific data that's sent to the products.
Thanks, Ed. So, when it comes to tagging, I know our advertisers want to make sure they're following the best practices and kind of setting up things correctly. Are there common mistakes people should watch out for, common mistakes to avoid?
Yes, so if you notice that your conversions seem too high or too low, this could be a signal that your tags are deployed incorrectly. Perhaps there are extra tags, or perhaps a tag isn't configured correctly. You also don't want to have too many tags on your page, because this could cause your site to slow down. The Global Site Tag and Google Tag Manager are site-wide solutions, so you also want to make sure that your tag is located on every page in your domain. This helps make sure that conversions are measured as accurately and comprehensively as possible. Also make sure that the tag is located in the right spot on your page's code. And now if you're using Google Tag Manager, you don't need to have any tags manually deployed outside of the tool itself. This could cause double counting. And also, use the native templates of ads, analytics, and floodlight instead of deploying gtag.js as a custom tag.
So can I use Google Tag Assistant to diagnose some of these issues that may come up?
Yes, so Tag Assistant will give you visibility to the information about what is happening with regard to your tags deployed on the site. It will show you the specific commands that these tags are sending and the data that is going to populate in your Google products.
Speaking of data, user privacy, data privacy is top of mind for a lot of businesses, and they want to ensure that their site safely collects data that is compatible with the latest privacy regulations. How are Google's tagging solutions aligned to these recent regulations?
Yes, so we've launched consent mode, which makes sure that users can effectively measure conversions while also regarding users' consent of cookies. This gives flexibility for how to use tags alongside consent. We've collaborated with the Interactive Advertising Bureau to be Transparency and Consent Framework V2 compatible, so advertisers can utilize either solution depending on their specific business needs.
Thanks for joining us, Ed.
Thanks for having me.
To recap what we talked about today, first, having a good tagging foundation ensures that you're measuring the user journey and attributing conversions to the right campaigns. Second, we recommend you use one of Google's 2 dynamic tagging solutions, the Global Site Tag or Google Tag Manager. We encourage you to create a Google Tag Manager account today and try out these new features. Both of these solutions are integrated with Google's products and will make it easier for you to upgrade to the latest tools. Thank you so much for watching.